I uploaded this video to announce the relaunching of my YouTube channel. And as some of you might know, I made some videos a little over a year ago debunking conspiracy theories and other nonsense that was floating around on the internet at the time, and then later I stopped. This was mainly due to some issues that I had in my personal life that I needed to address before I moved along any further with this channel. During my hiatus, however, I did manage to attract 32 subscribers, and I would like to extend my gratitude toward those people. What I would like to do now in this video is explain some of the changes in both the style and substance in my future videos. The issue that I was running into before was that my videos were simply taking way too long. It just was not feasible to spend entire weekends working on these. My format was poorly organized and I was never satisfied with the look or feel of things, so I kept changing them, and that basically burned me out in a sense. In the last couple of months or so, I've been working on some channel art and some music and templates, all in efforts to make the video making process faster and easier, and hopefully I'll be able to stick to some sort of schedule, hopefully weekly or bi-weekly. The more important part that I'm changing is the substance of the videos, which I'll be talking about in a second. One of the main reasons that videos would take so long is that I would attempt to tackle large subjects like the Boston bombing conspiracy, and of course this would take a long time. These would be 20-minute videos, and the issue with this is simply that there's always another mole to whack. I could take the most prominent claims being circulated on the internet at the time and debunk them in a 20-minute video, but yes, this takes a lot of time and only leads to the, well, you haven't debunked anything responses because of this, this, and this. The fact of the matter is, I cannot go over every single claim that the internet has come up with or will come up with in the future and keep a video short and concise at the same time. So for this reason, I'll be focusing my videos on individual claims of evidence, or at least several that relate to each other in some way. But there may be a longer video thrown in for special cases like Glenn Beck's Boston bombing conspiracy, which is mostly self-contained and does not really relate to the mainline conspiracy theories about the Boston bombing. Another change that I'll be making is that I'm not just going to focus on Alex Jones and Glenn Beck and the like, because bunk and nonsense does not come from these guys alone. Yes, they are responsible for quite a bit, but the internet itself is just full of bullshit, and that's becoming easier to spread with social media like Facebook. Along with this trend is the rising popularity of independent and alternative media, which isn't a bad thing when those sources are holding themselves to a journalistic standard of some sort, but unfortunately far too many alternative media outlets fail to do this. And most people just don't have the skills to recognize bad journalism when they see it, which inevitably leads to a largely misinformed public. So the new focus of this channel will simply be to encourage skepticism by debunking and fact-checking misinformation that is being spread online regardless of the source. And finally, I'm going to do the best I can to be more polite in my future videos. Granted, I wasn't overly harsh in my previous videos, but I did take some jabs at the conspiracy theory crowd for believing the things that they believe. I understand that this change will not result in a significant increase in changed minds, if you will, but that's really not the point. What this boils down to is that we just don't need any more assholes on the internet. Granted, I do read stuff on Reddit. I like all the George Carlin wannabes on YouTube. I find it funny, but if you're trying to encourage a rational discussion, and if you're serious about that, then I don't think that rude behavior is the best approach. Now, I'm not going to turn into a Mr. Van Driesen, because I am a human being, and it's not going to stop me from the occasional swear word or bit of sarcasm, but at the end of the day, I want my arguments and any success I have on this channel to stand on their own merits and not my ability to insult and poke fun at others. Now, I understand that persuasion or trying to change someone's mind is not an easy task, and it is often a difficult and frustrating one. And this is regardless of how much evidence you have to support your argument or how well you present this. And this is because people don't like to admit that they are wrong. But if you can promote a rational discussion, and through that discussion sow the seeds of doubt in someone's mind, there's a chance that person might think about it a little later. And if that person thinks about it enough, perhaps very quietly and very privately, that person will change their mind.